Hi, I'm Brigham Joy with America's Team. I know all of you want to go on and play college ball, and you're wondering, how is traveling overseas going to help me? Well, you're going to get to hear from players and coaches about how it helped them and how it can help you in the college recruiting process.
As a college coach, one of the things that I look for when I'm recruiting players is I look at their special activities, the extra activities. If you tell me that you have traveled overseas to play ball or played on any type of special team that's like America's Team, you're going to get my attention. You're going to get my attention because A, you had no fear going to play the unknown. 2, anything we throw at you usually means that you're a good utility player because you have that flexibility to go with the flow. 3, it shows your commitment to the sport to go that extra mile. So when there's showcases and you feel like you're missing a showcase, sometimes it doesn't always show you in the best light because, as everyone knows in showcases, coaches switch players every 2 innings. So you may not pitch that full game that I, as a college coach, want to see. Can you go the 7 innings? You may only pitch 2 innings. But when I know that you have traveled overseas, and baseball has been doing this for years, and colleges snap up boys that have been overseas right and left, it tells me that you have a commitment to the game. You have a commitment to yourself to be better, and that you're ready to face the unknown. This is what you face when you come to college. Utilizing those traits often get a college coach's attention when they see that you have played on America's Team in the summer of 2014 in Italy.
There are several different avenues for girls to get seen on. There are obviously online profiles, berecruited.com, NCSA, which is a huge recruiting site. I've got personal experience. My daughter is a pretty big time volleyball player. She's on these sites. One of the items listed on all of these sites is experience. And obviously she has her high school experience, she has her club experience, and now she has international experience, which I think is an added bonus. Secondly, if you look at the makeup of a lot of the teams over here, whether it's at the NAIA or any kind of JUCOs especially, and even some of the D1s, most of the rosters have at least one international player on it, especially down in the junior colleges, where those teams are fully made up of international players. And so I think simply by going over there and competing against international players, because they do play a little different style of game than we play over here, I think if we're able to go over there and firsthand experience it, I think that's going to add to the overall player's development. And then lastly, I think anything that you can do to promote your skills, because I know when you go over there, some of your parents are going, you're going to be filming it. I think those are great things to add to your overall player profile, regardless of what recruiting avenue you're taking. If I can go up and speak to a college coach and say, yeah, I was a 4-year starter on my high school team, and I play at the top level at this club program, and oh yeah, I also played volleyball over in Rome or in Florence or in Spain or wherever you happen to be going. If you can showcase that international experience, I think that's going to just be an added bonus.
For me personally, when I was recruiting, I always looked for someone that fit the values of my program and what we were trying to build. People of character. We were trying to find players that were willing to go above and beyond, spend the extra time with drill work, with the weight room, with classroom, with off-the-field activities such as volunteering in the community, and things that help build a championship culture for us. And being able to go overseas really gives these players a chance to expand beyond showing up to practice for a travel team, showing up to their high school practice. It gives them an opportunity to explore areas where they can get involved in community, even through the fundraising process of various ways for them to be creative with how they're going to fundraise for a trip such as this, and tying in various components of their community that they're involved in already.
I've had a lot of girls that have gone on to play college that has gone with me to Italy the last 2 years. And what I have always told them is college coaches want to see that you're able to adapt because you've proven yourself on the court, but are you able to step into a new environment with a new team and a new coach and still get the job done? Sometimes that social emotional element is the factor of whether or not you can be successful going on to play. And so what America's Team and playing overseas does is it puts you in that situation where you have to adapt, you have to be a leader, you have to be willing to step up when you are outside of your comfort zone. And so that's I would say the greatest value to being in this situation that college coaches are going to see.
What I look for in a possible recruit or a kid we want to go after is, first of all, does he want to play the game? Does he have a genuine want to play, to further his career? Everybody can't play pro ball or whatever, but do you really want to go to college and play, or are you just kind of doing it because it's socially there or your parents want you to? Well, I feel like if you're going to go overseas and spend that kind of money or fundraise that kind of money and take the time, I feel like that's showing that you at least that you want to play. So if a kid's going to make that kind of commitment to go through the fundraising process and go overseas and play, that shows to me that starting out point is a genuine want to play the game and a love for it. And that's really basically where it starts. If you love it and you want to do it, you have a shot to be good because you're going to dedicate yourself to getting better.
Just for admission purposes, having international experience now is something that can set you apart on the admission side and on a college application. And from the softball side, again, it's about kind of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and having new experiences, new challenges. It's certainly something that you can put on your softball resume that can set you apart from others.
Last summer, my team, we had the opportunity to play against the Spanish national team. So a little bit of, like I said before, I think one of the things going over there is the kids figure out you need to play a position. It may not be the position because I may have 4 other kids on the team that play that same position, and you need to play what the team needs you to play. When I talk to kids about the colleges, we talk a lot about there are things that you bring to the game that your coaches can't. I can teach a kid to throw, I can teach them to hit, I can teach them to catch. I cannot teach them how to have good character. I cannot teach them how to have good hustle. I cannot teach them how to be, mature and responsible. Those are things they bring. And when you have the opportunity to travel overseas, those are things that you are putting on display. Do you have the character to be able to represent your country in another place? That schedule is tight. We do a lot, and we are on the go. And you have to be, prepared to be on the move, on the go. Things happen, at 4 o'clock, at 4:05, at 4:10. So even though it's a short window, I think it is probably a good test of when you get to college. You've got your morning workout, you've got your classes, you've got your homework, you got to watch your videos, you got to get to the weight room, and you got to get on the field, and things don't stop. You've got to be responsible enough to deal with all of that.
It's a culture shock a lot of times when freshmen come in, leaving their parents for the first time, getting away from home for the first time. And if they have that advantage where they've already done something like that, that's similar, to see other girls that want the same things as them, that's huge. A lot of times with your friends at home, you don't think about that kind of thing. Everybody doesn't have the same goals. Not everybody wants to play softball in college or professional or that kind of thing. And once you see that you're on a team that does want that, and to go across the waters to see other teams that want the same thing, that's a huge advantage.
I would say to take advantage of the opportunity while you have a chance, because while you're in high school and part of college, it's this unique time in our lives where we have the flexibility to travel and to go different places and to learn lots of things before we become real adults and live in the real world. So I would just say be open-minded and remember that you're a person just like the people that you're playing against, and the only difference is the culture that you're from. But yeah, I'd say just take advantage of the opportunity while you have it, and learn as much as you can.
Athletics over there are a little bit different. I mean, it's not the same over in the United States. They play it a little bit different. I mean, the rules are obviously the same, but just like they're a little bit more relaxed over there, and like they definitely taught me to be more relaxed about things and not to worry about anything. Meeting the different people like was really different, and I really liked that about it. And just it really helps you get connected with tons of other people, and just like I said, meeting new people and getting along with everybody who's not the same as you, and that helps you especially in college, because I know not everyone on our team is the same, and getting that experience from someone who's from a completely different country and like being able to interact with them gets you that good experience for back in college when there's someone here that you don't really know, is a little bit different, but like you learn how to like interact with them and get to know them a little bit better.
Thanks again for taking time to look at our program, and I hope you travel with us. I can't wait to share my passion for sports and travel.